to People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Today, we're talking all with the Christian County CEO. We have two students with us today, a part of that CEO program, Liz Martin and Ben Wamsley, both a part of this investor relations. We're going to hear a lot from them today. We have Amy Hagan, board member as well. How are you all doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing great.
And doing good.
Awesome. Good to hear from all of you right there. So let's just jump right into it. Before we speak with our students, learn the day in the life of the CEO student, what accomplishments they're going to be going after this year. Amy, lay it all out for us. Why do we do CEO? What is it? And what are these guys going to be learning this year?
So, Tim, the CEO program here in Christian County has been around for 10 years. As of this school year, we will graduate our 10th graduating class. And basically what CEO stands for is creating entrepreneurial opportunities. So the whole idea is that we have high school seniors from classes, basically throughout Christian County. All the high schools are represented with the exception of one, I think, this year. And anyway, what they do is they learn business skills. They learn their way around financial statements. They learn about how to, organize their business. All of this to have a trade show as kind of their graduation activity that will be hyping more towards the end of the year. But there's mentor matches. There's a professional business etiquette lunch that's going to be coming up. They'll take a trip to Chicago to meet with the Berry brothers. Just a number of things are in their future. And I'm really excited this morning to be joined in the studio by, one new acquaintance of mine and one that I know from the food pantry. But these individuals have volunteered to be a part of the investor relations committee, and I couldn't be happier about that. And basically what that means is they have agreed to go around the community with me this year and say thanks to all those who have donated to our program in the past, as well as in hopes of getting some new investors, because as you can imagine, with a program that's growing, and this is actually our 10th year, but we have more students this year than we've ever had. We've got 28 students going through the program. We have a morning class, we have an afternoon class. And because we have more students, we have a greater financial need than ever before. And so these folks, as part of the Investor Relations Committee, definitely have their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amy, for that beautiful breakdown right there. And it leads us perfectly into our two CEO students right here with hopes and dreams of their own. They're going to learn the ins and outs of the business world all this year. So, school just started up for you guys right here, and we want to learn all about it. Let's start with you, Ben, and talk to just a little bit generally. What have you been learning this year with CEO?
So CEO for me has taught me a lot of different just business knowledge, business terms. We've talked about net worth, deficit spending, different other just basic business skills that we need, and then some other more CEO specific ones, how we want to introduce ourselves when we're going out to get sponsorships for our different businesses. And we've even started to plan our first class business, and that's really taught me a lot on how to just go about having a meeting with my fellow CEO students in terms of how we're going to plan this and how we're going to have our different views but come together to push out a final product.
Absolutely. Learning from a foundational level right there, starting with the terms, learning how to interact with each other. Liz, similar experience to Ben. What kind of things have you been learning?
Yeah, so he's in the PM class and I'm in the AM class, but it's a similar experience. And I think the biggest things that I've been learning is learn how to shake hands and getting told that your handshake is probably not the best. And then I would say also learn how to speak in front of people and just public speak and introduce yourself. And that's been a big thing for a lot of us. And also how to get along as a class and make sure everybody's opinion is heard and important.
Yeah, these are extremely important things to master. Even something as simple as a handshake, you understand now how important that can be. Of course, public speaking, you're doing it right now, and you both are doing it beautifully. It's going to be very advantageous in the business world for both of you. So let's talk investor relations a little bit. Ben, you brought up your class business there. What are you guys looking at for that?
So we're looking to do a business at Chili Fest. Nothing's really finalized yet, but we're looking to do something similar to last year. Maybe something with the apple flavored donuts that they had last year. Maybe doing something with the apple cider to go along with it. Yeah. as I said, nothing's really confirmed yet, but that's kind of what the direction we're leaning in.
Sure. I knew it was a big hit last year at Chili Fest. That tent always had a line at it. So you kind of going in the same direction. Liz, talk to me about some of the conversations that are happening earlier in this year. You're learning your CEO class, and it's nice. We have an AM and a PM group member with us today. Does AM and PM work together for this one business?
Yeah, so AM and PM, our classes they're separated by the time that we meet, but for this project we're working together, and we're going to be selling the mellow cream donuts,
Nice.
possibly some apple cider. So that's going to look forward to really creating a big start to our CEO year.
Yeah, absolutely. How important is that communication going back and forth between the AM and the PM? You don't want to have any questions and anything left out between the two classes.
Yeah, it's definitely necessary, and learning how to communicate, separately. It's been a challenge.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest challenge we'll face this year. But I think so far, we're accomplished students, and we're going to work hard to do it and get it done.
Sure. So Chili Fest is the top thing at mind right now. What else are you guys thinking about in terms of? I know you have an upcoming business luncheon. You're going to learn a lot of things. But before we get into all of that, I mean, you guys have a different day of operations at school. You guys show up a little bit earlier.
Well, for the morning class, anyways, they show up before actual school time for that class, and then PM class goes 15 minutes after school. So the class requires us to spend a little bit more time, but that allows us to get a lot more stuff done, be a little bit more productive, and just have more time to get through the necessary information.
Sure. And just that extra 15 minutes either before or after shows that commitment. You guys are really in for it. 28 people in this class, and loving the momentum CEO has gained over the years. How are you guys feeling that right now? And if you can look at past generations of businesses, have you spoke with past CEO members and then their experiences?
So with past CEO members, obviously they didn't have the bigger numbers of their class. Right. No one's ever had 2 CEO classes before. And I think really coming out, so strong with bigger numbers, we get double the work done and everything. And I think that's going to be our biggest strength.
Absolutely, Ben.
Yeah, and the other aspect of it is that the longer that CEO goes on, we get to see what kind of business ideas work and which ones don't generate as much revenue. And being able, despite having a larger class, we have, I think, enough information to still make the required funds for our increased budget.
Totally agree. Amy, within the early weeks of the CEO program, how are things shaping up for you? You've seen these classes back to back.
Well, I think the thing that excites me, I mean, obviously I see the transformation that happens in the lives of these students from the beginning to the end. And, Neil, as the facilitator, Mr. Hohenstein, he spends so much time with the students, just making sure that they understand the value of introducing yourself to someone in the right way. Yeah. And it seems crazy that you'd spend a week or two, just figuring out how to shake a hand. But at the end of the day, I think there's a statistic that the first impression is made of someone within like the first 30 seconds or something. So, if you are making contact with someone for the first time and you're not able to make eye contact with them, you're not able to give them a firm handshake, give them a smile, and understand the value of that, I mean, all is lost from that point, because they're going to, in their mind, go back to the fact that, well, I mean, they may have been a smart person, or they may have know the right people, but at the end of the day, they can't deliver on who they are. So, there is so much tremendous value in that piece. And then, like I said, the fact that Ben commented, they look at the classes before them and look at the businesses and the type of profit that those businesses generated. I think that's really smart. And it's actually the first time I've ever heard a comment like that from a current student. So I think that's cool that they're using some of that data to make the determinations about what type of businesses potentially they'd be interested in starting.
And it's only something that's possible after 10 strong years of it there. You can look back at that data. You can have those conversations. It's all such cool things. We have so much more to talk about when we come back from this break, but we're speaking with our Christian County CEO class. We have Ben Wamsley and Liz Martin. They're both part of this investor relations team. And Ben does a few more things. I'm sure Liz does too. We'll get into those when we come back from break. Amy Hagan, board member with the Christian County CEO. This has been the WTIM Morning Show. And thanks so much to our live stream sponsors. We're live on Facebook, Facebook at Taylorville Daily News and on YouTube at WTIM TV. Those stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Proven banking solutions are a must for today's business owner. Hi, I'm Nick Epley with People's Bank and Trust. If your company needs products like online bill pay, remote deposit, and payroll direct deposit, or better checking and savings account options, then we need to talk. I can customize our business banking and lending plans to fit your company's needs. Call 888-PBT-1954 or visit bankpbt.com today. We want to be your business banking partner. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Radio gets results.
Miller Media Group Advertising works for Taylorville Estates. Here's Administrator Tony Clark.
In the past year, we have doubled our census. So that's been impacted mainly by the radio advertising. That is where we do the majority of our advertising. And our census definitely shows that it works. They lead us in the right direction for the season changing, and they anticipate our upcoming needs before we even have to tell them what they are. We've had consistent growth over the past 12 months. Like I said, we've doubled in our census, and that's been the first time in 43 months since prior to COVID that we've gotten to where now we have a waiting list for people to come. So advertising on the radio really does have an impact.
The Christian County Economic Development Corporation is a not-for-profit organization whose mission is to promote the creation and retention of jobs and to increase the economic tax base through the development, establishment, and expansion of commerce and industry in the Christian County area. I'm Matt Hart, CCEDC's new Executive Director. I'm here to work with existing county employers as well as develop relationships towards creating new jobs in our county. Feel free to reach out to me, Matt Hart, by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Work hard, sleep well with Bemco and Just Beds. You work hard, your stress is high, you need the best night's sleep possible. That's just what you'll get at Just Beds. All this month, save on Bemco mattresses. Twin mattresses, $149. Queen mattresses, just $229. Just Beds features Bemco, Arctic Breeze, Max Life, and the all-new Spring Air Copper mattress. As always, free delivery, setup, and removal. Work hard, sleep well. Visit the Yawn Exterminators at Just Beds on Montvale Drive, Springfield.
Just Beds.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
I'm Kim Bourne, CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital, and we're hiring experienced nurses to join our great team. Learn more by clicking on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into our WTIM morning show. We've been speaking this morning with the Christian County CEO class. Thanks so much to People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, for our live stream sponsors there. We have Amy Hagan in studio, board member, and Ben Wamsley and Liz Martin, both with investor relations with Christian County CEO. We broke it all down. We learned about their current ventures for this year's CEO class, all very cool things. I want to learn about your guys' futures. What we're all really doing this CEO class for is to build up and excel in your future endeavors there. So Ben, let's start with you. You have a college picked out yet? Do we have a major picked out yet? Or what are you looking at?
Yeah, so I do not have a college picked out yet. I got it a little more narrowed down. I still need to visit Western Illinois and Macomb and Ball State University in Indianapolis. So it's between those two, as well as Southern Illinois and Carbondale, and Bradley University in Peoria for sports communications is going to be my major.
Really, really awesome right there. So you have your majors picked out. Those are the hardest parts I find now. A lot of people go undecided, and then they pick their university after. You're on a good track right there. Liz, what are you looking at?
So right now I'm in community college at Lincoln Land, and I plan on continuing that and getting a tech through the radiology program in there, and hopefully transferring to a university after that to get my degree as a radiologist.
Nice, really, really great route there. I'm a community college guy as well. Great pathway for you there. So awesome. Similarities between both of you is neither really are business oriented. Neither of you are wanting to start your own business, which is what we've seen in the CEO. Definitely not a requirement for CEO though. So what really got you both interested in joining this Christian County CEO class?
Yeah, so my interest started from just a couple of friends I had in CEO. A lot of the CEO members were also in my Tommy TV class, and they really pushed me to get into CEO, and really glad that I did join. Definitely a class that I think offers the most amount of business and life skills that I don't think you're really going to be able to find anywhere else.
I think you're absolutely right on that, Liz.
So I heard about it my freshman year, and like ever since then, you just hear more and more stuff about it. It's definitely something that is very highlighted and stands out in the community. And, you know, even if you're not going to have your own business someday in the future, it's still a great business, and it's going to teach you more about life and everything.
Absolutely, it's not just for those with entrepreneurial future, with their sights set on that. You both just want to be well read. You both want to be just ready for that business world. I think you're on the right path to do that. Amy, let's talk a little bit more investor relations here, and how both of these two students right here will just be really picked up and ready for their next endeavors.
Yeah, I love what these students say about the fact that, and the point that you picked up on, that even though they don't have specific interest to maybe go into business for themselves, because what we find is that CEO students make the best employees.
Yeah.
And so it really matters not to us, what their ambitions are long term about being entrepreneurial, building a business from grassroots. What matters is that they're learning how to navigate the workspace. One of the comments that I heard said earlier today about how they're learning how to, work out their problems, giving everybody a chance to speak their opinion on things as they make decisions. And that skill, that critical skill, is so important in being effective in any work environment, whether you're on a team of two, or, if you're the boss, or if you're a subordinate, it really doesn't matter. It's about respecting other people's opinions and learning how to work on a team. But, a program like ours takes people in the community who's willing to support us. And the fact of the matter is there's many a way to get involved in CEO. I mean, these students take tours of businesses throughout the year. So if anybody's interested in letting curious young minds into their workplace, to give them insight about how things work, how they make money, what their struggles are, that type of inside baseball information. We love to have host sites. We also need individuals to come in who maybe can't accommodate a group of 28 students, but they'd like to come into their classroom and speak about their experience, their history as a business professional. We welcome that. And then we have a mentor program. We're still looking for volunteers. If you'd like to mentor one of these young people, be matched with them once a month to meet during their class time and help shape a young mind. We're looking for folks to do that still. And then like any good endeavor, it takes money to make it work, right? And so to be a friend of our program, basically any donation will do, but to reach investor level status, it's $1,000 or more a year, which, may or may not be a reach for those business people that are hearing my voice right now. And I don't mean to limit the donation either, because quite honestly, if all this sounds like good work, which again, economic development at the grassroots here in our community. If there's somebody who wants to give at a higher level than $1,000, we'll definitely take that donation as well.
Absolutely. And so many ways to get involved to create this whole view, a whole experience, whether it's going into a business, whether it's being matched with a mentor. It's all just putting you guys on the right track there. And whether it is in the hospital or whether it's in the newsroom, you're going to need this type of this business foundation right here to really make you guys successful. We're in our last minute. Ben, any final words from you? How are you excited? Any final words of excitement about your CEO year?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Seeing last year set a new record with 3 businesses. Most of them only do 2. Hoping we could maybe match them with 3 or maybe even go a little more and do 4 businesses with the 2 classes, hopefully. But really looking forward to the upcoming year.
Sky's the limit. Liz?
I'm so excited for this year and all that it has to come and offer, and I can't wait to see how we come out at the end of the year.
Love it. Wishing you all the best of luck. Amy, Liz, Ben, thank you all for joining me today.
Thanks, Tim.
Absolutely. That's our Christian County CEO class, Amy Hagan, board member, Ben Wamsley, and Liz Martin, both with Investor Relations. You've been listening to the WTIM Morning Show.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W29.